Hi, 5th grade. It's Mrs. Gyoko with your Flip Math lesson for today, 2-5. Today's objective is I can use pictures to model my thinking to help me solve problems. Here's our first problem to try together. Ethan scored 10 points. Gunnar scored 14 more points than Ethan. How can you use a picture model to show how many points Gunnar got? So I'm going to look at this question and try to find the important information and figure out what it's asking me. So I know that Ethan scored 10 points, Gunnar scored 14 more points than Ethan, and I'm going to use a picture model to show how many points Gunnar got. So it's not just asking me to solve the problem, but to use a picture model to show my thinking. So I've made this model to show how many points each boy got. So Ethan got 10 points. Let me double check that. Yep, Ethan got 10 points. And then Gunnar got 14 more. So I know that Gunnar's going to have the amount that Ethan has plus 10 more. Oh, excuse me. So it's not 10 more points. It's 14 more points. Okay. So Ethan had 10, and then Gunnar's is going to be Ethan's amount plus 14 more points. So I have to find the total of the 10 points plus the 14 more points, and that's going to equal Gunnar's score. So this picture model helps me figure out how many points each boy has and what I'm adding together. So I'm adding the 10 plus the 14 to find out that Gunnar had 24 points. But what's more important today, other than just finding the answer, is to actually use a picture model like this to show my thinking. So let's try it on another one. 3 friends have music collections. How many more CDs does Carson have than Rochelle? So you look at the table to the left and you can see Carson has 42 CDs, Fiora has 17, and Rochelle has 26. The important information here is that Carson has 42 and Rochelle has 26. The problem's asking me how many more CDs does Carson have than Rochelle. So I know that this information about Fiora having 17 CDs is a distractor. It's set there just to distract me, and I'm going to cross that off because I don't need that information. So I'm going to draw a picture model to show my thinking. So what do I know? Well, I know that Carson has 42. I know that Rochelle has 26. And I'm trying to find out how many more does Carson have than than Rochelle. So here is my picture model that I drew. Up here at top is Carson's 42 CDs and Rochelle's 26. And I'm trying to find out this amount right here. How many more does Carson have, or how many more would Rochelle need to have the same amount that Carson has? So this picture model shows my thinking. Now, in math, if we don't know something, if we have an unknown amount like this amount right here, often what we do instead of using a question mark is we put a letter. Often it's the letter X. So I know that Rochelle's amount plus this unknown amount, X, is going to equal 42. And I can rewrite that problem a number of ways. I could also do that Carson's amount, 42, if I take away X, that's going to equal Rochelle's amount. Or I can do it a third way. I could take the 42 CDs that Carson has and subtract 26, and that's going to equal the unknown amount. Now this one is the easiest for me to do, so I'm going to use that one. 42 and subtract 26. Do my borrowing, and I can see that the unknown amount is 16 CDs. I'm going to box my answer. Okay, let's practice a few more. Derek has some balloons. he gave 35 of them away. He now has 21 left. How many balloons did he have to begin with? Okay, so this bar at the top is going to represent how many balloons Derek has. And it's going to represent how many he had at the beginning because he gave 35 of them away. And now he only has 21 left. So I know that the 21 he has now and the 35 that he gave away is going to equal the amount that he began with. So that was my important information. He gave 35 of them away, he has 21 left, and I need to figure out how many balloons did he have to begin with. The part that I don't know is this. How much did he have to begin with? That's the part I don't know. So that's going to be my letter X. So I can write that a variety of ways. I know that X, the whole amount, minus 35 is going to equal 21 balloons. Or I could write it that X minus 21 is going to equal 35 balloons. Or I know that 35 balloons plus 21 balloons is going to equal X. And this one is the easiest one for me to do, so I'm going to go ahead and solve it this way. 35 plus 21 will equal the unknown amount. So he started off with 56 balloons. Oops. All right, your turn. See if you can draw a picture model to show your thinking. And then write an equation and solve the problem. Number 1, Anaya bought songs from iTunes. First, she bought 24 songs. The next day, she bought 85 songs. The third day, she bought 60 songs. How many fewer songs did she buy the first day than the third day? Make sure that you find the important information, draw a picture model, write an equation, and solve the problem. Okay, the important information in this is that she bought 24 songs the first day, and on the third day she bought 60 songs. I know it's the important information because it asks how many fewer songs did she buy the first day than on the third day. It gives information that she bought 85 songs on the second day, but that's a distractor, so I'm going to mark that out. Then I drew my picture model, and I drew a bar to show the total amount that she had the third day was 60, and the first day she bought 24, and then there was the unknown amount, how many more did she buy when she bought 60, and that is represented with the number or the letter X. So then I know that 60 minus 24 is going to equal the unknown amount, and I rewrote it vertically up and down, and I found out she bought 36 more songs the third day. Number 2, Lewis needs 22 tacos for a party. He's made 12 tacos so far. How many more tacos does he need to make? Make sure you find the important information, draw a picture model, write an equation, and solve it. Okay, the important information is that Lewis needs 22 tacos. He's made 12 so far, and the question's asking how many more tacos does he need to make. This problem does not have any distractors. So my bar model, I drew that he has already made 12. There's the unknown amount that shows how many more he needs, and then the total amount is that he needs to have 22 tacos total. So I know that 22 minus 12 is going to equal this unknown amount. So I subtracted 22 minus 12, and that gives me 10 tacos. So he needs to make 10 more tacos. Okay, we are finished for today. Good job.